So what's up? This is Sean Simmonds. We're here in Houston at the Move Tour, Houston. Yeah.
Cool. And this is kind of the second major tour that you guys and Xist have put together. Last year was the Misfit Tour, and this one was the Move Tour. And you've got some of the same artists. I guess this is like the third or fourth step. What kind of stuff goes into it, and what's the benefit of doing a big mega concert? That seems like a whole lot of work, obviously.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Of course, the benefits of it is being able to expose the artists that we have under the label, allowing for us to have a platform so that they can be heard, new music can be presented, and it can be accessible. Having the product on with us. So yeah, it is a lot of work though. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's involved, especially with being able to route every city and making sure that, because the costs that are involved with making sure that all the cities go in line, it's tough. So one wrong turn, no pun intended, can really throw everything off. So yeah.
Well, it looks like you guys have done a good job. There's nice lights and sound and that sort of thing. So we appreciate that. You're also the owner or co-owner of Xist, and you're also an artist. So how did it start out of, okay, this is my own thing, and now I want to bring other people on, particularly guys that have had some exposure to T.R.U.T.H and Ambassador and guys like Yavis and that sort of thing, to add into them and saying it's going to be more than just me. So
yeah, I mean, of course it started off with just me. Myself and T Black, my partner, we started off on a management artist tip situation, but then also it got birthed or formed into a label by chance, because we were in a situation where we made some music. Labels weren't really, like, they were scared to take a chance with the music I was doing at the time. I was doing more gospel, but it was so edgy that the labels were just like, we want you to be like this, not like this type deal. So we, long story short, we, thought, hey, nobody's giving us the bone that we're looking for, so we're just going to figure out a way to do it ourselves. T Black went as far as to, put his house up for sale, use the capital from his house to help fund, the birth of the company, pawning cars. I mean, we did everything known to man just to get the capital to, and that was 6 years ago. It's a very long story, but I'm trying to condense it as much as possible. But long story short, he sold his house. The money that he used, we met an investor by way of, which was the mortgage broker. So he went out on faith to sell the house, found an investor through the mortgage broker. Mortgage broker invested in the company. We were able to, gain some wings and fly. And from there, we've had our struggles, we had our ups and downs, but now here we are. God is good. Doing tours, doing different events. Of course, facilitating the label. We have a cruise coming up next year that we're going to do again, and it's just, God is good, man. He designs everything for His purpose, and we just follow through.
And one thing that really, I think, put notice is when you did sign guys like the T.R.U.T.H and Ambassador, who had gone through their situations and different labels, and here you were the label that was still willing to take a chance on them where they might have had a reputation that had changed throughout the years. Tell me a little about the thought process, and did you have some naysayers or some people that said it wasn't a wise move and that sort of thing, and how God has kind of used it?
Of course. I mean, whenever we were ourselves, we were kind of like, asking ourselves, okay, myself and T, would this be the wisest move for our company? But then, we're a strong believer in second chances, restoration, redemption. I mean, we were just a strong believer in that, and we've all fallen short, but we felt like being able to build with them. I mean, they came on our cruise 2 years ago, and that's when we were able to see, God really work. He really showed Himself as far as within the families. I mean, we took wives, we took, we bonded, we just laughed, we just enjoyed ourselves. And that was the first time that we were able, like, we never knew each other before that. No, let me backtrack, because I knew T.R.U.T.H because we went to London and toured together in London. And that's when we actually started to build just a little bit. But from there, it was just like, man, you know, when we saw what God was doing within their families, you know, it was confirmation. Like, you know, nah, we're okay with this. Let's go. Let's do this. You know, and of course, you know, you had some folk that were like, you know, they may not have said it, but they showed it. You know, and we were expecting that. It was expected, but you know, we've overcome, and we're here, and you know, we're continuing to move, and we're just following in His path, so we're good.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit about your own music. How do you describe your style when people ask you kind of what you do? Is it hip hop? Is it gospel? Is it or R&B, pop?
Yeah, you know, I'm very diverse. I mean, I have a very diverse background. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, so that in itself is its own situation. And then I have West Indian parents, so I have, you know, reggae influence. You know, and then, you know, I've been living in the States for like the last, you know, 15, 16 years. So all of that combined says that, okay, you know, musically I have a lot to show, you know. So my music, to say what it is, you know, it's a little bit of everything. I combine reggae, hip-hop, R&B. Of course, I'm a singer first. So with me being a singer first, you know, that comes natural. But my hip hop roots, you know, have always been, you know, I used to be, I was a secular artist, and I turned down a record deal, you know, a 6-figure record deal, and you know, went through some transitional changes, and met the Lord, and really just ran full steam with it, you know. And so, you know, when I first came out, of course, I did what I knew what I could do, and that was sing, you know. And but over time, I was like, man, I got so much in me, you know, that I want to show the world. So this go round, you know, my new album, which comes in February, let me plug it. It's called The Genesis. It's just basically self-explanatory. The Genesis means a new beginning, new change. So it's just showing the new beginning in my music, in my walk, in my business, you know, ventures. Everything is going to be exploited and exposed on the album. So yeah, a very transparent album about the.
Yeah, and you said tonight even that you've got kind of a short sampler before the Genesis, or something that will be dropping soon if people want to sample that.
Right. Yeah. So. It's called Long Story Short. So it's just a short form of the Genesis, the long story, which you'll get in February. It's coming in a couple days. So yeah. Just please, SeanSimmonds.net. You'll get it. It's free. It's free. It's free. So make sure you get it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anything else for you, Jet?
Man, nah. I mean, of course, just stay connected with me, with the company, xistmusic.com. Of course, we have a compilation coming, Move compilation. Make sure you get that. Everybody's on it. We got a ton of artists on it, from, of course, T.R.U.T.H Ambassador, myself, Kent Jones, Jen. We got Show Baraka. We got Pro. We got Triple E. We got. This is all brand new music. So make sure you cop that. Coming August 28th. And SeanSimmonds.net. I am Sean Simmonds on Facebook, and @Sean Simmonds on Twitter. So yeah.